People have hung garlic on doors to keep away vampires, fed it to soldiers before battle, and buried it with kings. Most of it was superstition. But a little of it, strangely, turned out to be true. Garlic's story starts over 5,000 years ago in Central Asia, where wild bulbs first grew before humans ever thought to cultivate them deliberately. By the time ancient Egypt rose to power, garlic wasn't treated as ordinary food, it was treated as something closer to medicine. Archaeologists discovered garlic cloves sealed inside Tutankhamun's tomb, deliberately placed there because Egyptians believed it held real, tangible power beyond flavor. Egyptian laborers building the pyramids were reportedly given garlic daily, in large rations, believed to provide strength and stamina for the brutal physical labor ahead of them. One historical account even describes a workers' strike breaking out specifically when garlic rations were cut, suggesting this wasn't a minor dietary preference. It was considered essential fuel for one of the ancient world's most demanding construction projects. Ancient Greece elevated garlic's reputation even further. Physicians, including Hippocrates himself, prescribed it for dozens of different ailments, and early Olympic athletes reportedly consumed it before competing, believing it enhanced physical performance. By this point, garlic had left the kitchen entirely in the public imagination, it belonged in medicine cabinets and training regiments instead. Rome pushed this even further, feeding garlic to soldiers specifically before marching into battle, convinced it instilled courage and physical strength. Roman naturalist Pliny the Elder documented dozens of supposed medicinal applications in his writings. Garlic wasn't just believed to heal the body anymore. It was believed to prepare it for war. Yet not everyone shared this enthusiasm. Among Greek and Roman aristocracy, garlic developed an entirely different reputation: crude, common, and beneath upper-class dining. The wealthier someone was, the less likely they were to admit eating it publicly. A food praised by physicians and soldiers had simultaneously become a quiet marker of lower social status. Medieval Europe pushed garlic's reputation into the supernatural entirely. Throughout this period, it became widely believed to ward off evil spirits and disease, and eventually became specifically associated with repelling vampires, a connection historians trace largely to Eastern European folklore, where garlic was hung in doorways and worn as protective charms against the undead. During the Black Death in the 1300s, desperate populations across Europe genuinely believed garlic could protect them from plague, and demand spiked dramatically during outbreaks. This wasn't pure superstition either. Garlic does contain compounds with real antimicrobial properties, though nowhere near powerful enough to stop bubonic plague. Still, in a crisis with no real medical answers, people held on to whatever seemed to offer protection. Garlic's reach expanded further still when European colonizers and enslaved Africans both independently carried it to the Americas starting in the 1500s and 1600s, each group rooting it into entirely separate culinary traditions. By this point, garlic existed on nearly every continent humans occupied, valued for widely different reasons depending on which culture was using it. Centuries later, modern science finally tested these ancient claims directly, and some genuinely held up. Researchers identified allicin, a compound in garlic with real antibacterial properties, and ongoing studies continue investigating potential cardiovascular benefits. Ancient physicians hadn't been entirely wrong. Some of what they believed turned out to have a legitimate biological basis, even if the vampire-repelling part certainly didn't. So which of these claims were true, and which was superstition? Pharaohs believed it held power, and modern science partly agrees. Soldiers believed it gave courage, which was likely just placebo. Villagers believed it stopped vampires, which never existed to begin with. For over 5,000 years, garlic has sat at the exact intersection of real medicine and pure myth, and remarkably, nobody has ever fully separated the two.